I don't really like giving advice, mostly because I don't really like listening to advice, but also because I'm in need of advice, so who am I to tell other people what to do? And yet, this advice has been extremely beneficial to me, and I know that it could serve you at any point in your life, no matter where you are, what you're doing, forever, because it applies to everybody in all situations. And the advice is to pace yourself. Go at your own pace. You can't go at somebody else's pace. You can actually. If you're going slower, you could slow yourself down for somebody else, especially when you're leading someone or you're teaching someone. It's actually good to go at their pace rather than your pace, because when you know something and someone else doesn't, you're gonna be a lot quicker than they are. But if you're trying to keep up with somebody who's faster than you, that doesn't make sense. Now, it's good to push yourself sometimes, and there are points when that's going to be required of you. I'm going to use the analogy of a race, not a sprint, because in a sprint you should be pushing yourself the whole time, but a longer race, a 5K or a 10K or half marathon, a marathon. If you're running a good race, right before the finish line, you might still have energy in the gas tank, at which point you can go all out. For the last 100 feet or the last couple 100 feet, you could sprint that race and hopefully end the race on momentum. By the time you cross that finish line, you want your gas tank to be empty. And that's a good place to go all out. But you can't do that at the start, or else you're going to have a really bad race. Unless, like I said, it's a sprint, which is a whole different thing. But most of life, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We're running a long race. There's a thing that people used to say all the time: I'm here for a good time, not a long time. That's not true for me. I'm here for a long time, and I pray some of it's going to be good. And that's the truth, is we're here for a long time. It's not YOLO, you only live once. It's okay, yeah, YOLO, you only live once. So pace yourself. Don't burn out early. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to go all out and start tripping over your own feet. Even when you're sprinting, you have to go at a pace that you could keep so that you could end the race sprinting. You don't want to trip over your own feet. And really, you don't want to go slower than you can either. You want to run a good race at a good pace. And only you know what pace you can run at. Since we're talking about actual races, I want to talk about this. Ultra marathons. There's an athlete named Courtney Dauwalter, and she runs ultra marathons. I believe she won the Moab 240. It's a 238-mile race through the Moab Mountains in Utah or Nevada or something. I don't know. She slept for 1 minute in a 238-mile race. She slept for 1 minute. She laid down, closed her eyes, took a power nap for 1 whole minute, 60 seconds of rest, got back up, and started moving again. And she did that because she knew her pace. And she didn't stop running for the rest of the race. These ultra marathon athletes are crazy. They do not stop. They don't sleep. She ran that race for days, 3 or 4 days, I don't even know. No sleep. You're eating food as you're running. You stop, you take a bathroom break for a little bit. You keep going. You can't do that forever. When you're running a race, the important thing about pacing yourself is that you know how fast to go and how long you can maintain that rate. I was thinking about my dad earlier. He's in his 70s and he still works construction. We try to get him to stay home, but he really loves to, just be on site working with the crew. He's not doing much of the hard labor anymore. He's still working construction, but they don't have him on the jackhammer anymore. Now he's mostly, supervising, and since he's a senior on the site, he's able to impart more wisdom to the other guys. So he knows how plans are supposed to go. He could read the blueprints. He knows the way construction goes. And I can't say too much about construction because I've never worked construction. But he's worked construction for most of his life, maybe over 40 years. And my dad, God bless him, he's worked 10 to 12-hour days that whole time. I'm talking 6 days a week, 10 hours a day for months on end. And he'll do that still. Like a couple times a year. Now he's working not as often, but he'll go, take a break over the winter. Construction workers usually don't work in the winter. And summertime, we'll go to Bulgaria, or he'll go to Bulgaria, spend time with family. We're from Bulgaria, or at least he is. So he's not working like as hard right now. I don't want to say as hard. He's not working as much right now. But there was a year where he worked 2,800 hours. He worked nearly 3,000 hours. Compared to the standard workers, 2,000 work hours in a year, he worked almost 3,000. And so he's a really hard worker. He works a lot of hours, and you can't maintain that forever. When he would come home from a business trip, he'd take a few weeks off. And they work usually 6 days a week. So they'll go Monday to Saturday, and they'll have Sunday off. Sometimes they work Sundays too, but usually Monday through Saturday, 10 to 12 hours a day. And doing that kind of work, that pace, it's really hard to maintain. You got to put all your effort into just maintaining that. You can't really recover living that kind of life. And there's been times where he might have gotten injured on a job site. He'll go on workers' comp, or maybe they don't have work, or so there's layoffs, or anything could happen. Sometimes they're in between jobs, and he'll take a couple months off. And in this case, that's the only reason why he's been able to do this for so long, is because he's been able to maintain that pace. And when he gets the chance, he recovers. He lets himself get better. And you really have to do that. You have to pace yourself. You have to go all out sometimes when you can. You also have to give yourself time to recover. Doing these push-ups, I got injured last year. I kept trying to increase the pace. I wanted to get the challenge done as soon as possible. And I was thinking at that point that I want to get to 1,000 push-ups a day every day and finish the challenge in a year. And that was unrealistic. That's really what I was aiming for. Or I guess finish the challenge in 3 years, but that's what I was aiming for. I really wanted to get to a crazy number of push-ups every day, but that is a ridiculous pace to keep. It's not an impossible pace to keep, but it's ridiculous. And even doing 300, 400, 500 push-ups a day, it's an incredible mental drain on me. It's physically tiring as well, but the mental exhaustion that I feel knowing that I gotta do 500 push-ups, I got 2 hours of push-ups, 3 hours of push-ups ahead of me, on top of everything else I'm doing, that is a little too much for me. I could do it every once in a while, but I can't do that every day right now. And I've talked about this guy before. His name is Rich. His YouTube channel is Do Hard Things 365. But Rich did a challenge last year where every single day he added 5 push-ups to his one set of push-ups a day. So on the first day of the year, he did 5 push-ups. On the last day of the year, he did 365 times 5 push-ups. And it's around 1,700 push-ups. I don't remember exactly how much. Maybe it's 1,765. That's just a guess, but he did one set of 1,700 push-ups on the last day of the year. And throughout the year, he was doing one set a day and just adding 5 push-ups every day. So, I mean, for half of the year, he was doing over 1,000 push-ups a day in one set. He would just stay up in the push-up position, in the high plank, and do a couple push-ups, breathe a little bit, do a couple more, breathe a little bit, do a couple more. And he did this all live. He did it on a live stream. And when he was doing this, he'd break out into a sweat. It would take him a couple hours, but he'd get it done. And so I know that, first off, there's levels to this, but also what I'm aiming for, it's not crazy. It really exists. It might be crazy. Okay, I will admit that. It might be a little crazy, but it's not impossible. It does exist. For me right now, what I want to do is be consistent. I wanted to take the day off today. I haven't done my push-ups yet, but I wanted to take the day off yesterday. I wanted to take the day off before that. I was talking to my friend at church on Sunday, and he just got a squat and deadlift PR. He got a 370-pound squat and a 435-pound deadlift. And I heard that, and I was happy for him, because that's awesome. And I also just kind of had my heart drop, because I realized I haven't been squatting or deadlifting, and I'm falling behind. And I just got to keep in mind that that's not where my focus is at right now. I'm still pacing myself. Could you imagine if you were running a marathon and in the crowd, right, like along the side of the marathon, you saw a friend of yours and you stopped to talk to them for just like 1 minute, and they're a bodybuilder, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I just won this competition. Should you feel bad? Absolutely not. You should be happy for them, right? But is there something in the human body or human mind that'll go, I wish I just won a bodybuilding competition. I wish I would win something right now. Yeah, that's what most people do. We love to compare ourselves. Maybe we don't love to, but naturally, we just compare ourselves to others. And so I heard my friend say this. I'm happy for him. I think it's amazing. 370-pound squat and a 435-pound deadlift. That's so sweet. And yet, I'm not there, and I want that. And so hopefully it just serves to motivate me a little more to get in the gym to do my squats and deadlifts. At the same time, again, I gotta remember to just pace myself. And I want to bring this back to scripture. In Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23, it says, all hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Whatever you're putting your energy into, if you're working hard, if you're really committed, if you're dedicated to it, it will bring a profit. It's kind of hard to believe sometimes. Like, even for me right now, I don't really feel like I'm getting anything from doing these push-ups. I'm seeing the tally go up, but it feels so slow. It feels like I'm not getting anything. And I just got to remember, there is a light at the end of this tunnel. It's not all darkness. There is a real benefit to doing 200 push-ups a day. I mean, a lot of it is vanity, and it's just the physique gets better, but I'm also getting stronger. And not just my body, but my mind. My willpower is getting stronger. My ability to dedicate myself to something every day, it gets a little bit stronger. This is something I've really struggled with, is the ability to dedicate myself to something, to really commit myself to something, to put my energy somewhere every day. That's been like pretty tough. Sometimes we have responsibilities, we gotta do things like working a job. But what about if there's really no wage for it, right? Like, I don't get a wage for doing push-ups. I don't get paid to do this. I'm doing this of my own free will. That's when it's hard to do something. When you know there's a reward waiting for you, it's easy. So we all have to remember, pace yourself, because all hard work brings a profit. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. You will see the prize at the end of this. Just don't stop. And equally as important, mere talk leads only to poverty. Poverty. Poverty means having nothing, being poor. Mere talk leads to poverty. If all you do is talk and you never put the work in, you will end up poor. You're not going to have food. You're not going to have sustenance. You will have no prize. If all you do is talk about it, I mean, I brought this up in the beginning. I don't like giving advice. It's just talk, right? What if I could actually help you? What if I could walk you through something? That's good. If I just tell you to do something, if I just talk about it and I don't take any other steps, I don't really care. Like, I got nothing to lose there. I'm just talk. I'm just all talk. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the one who shows up, who sets an example. All hard work brings a profit. Remember that. It's a proverb. It's a word of wisdom. If you could take anything from this video, I hope at least you get that. I did 1,000 push-ups over the course of 5 days. I'm doing 200 push-ups a day. Adding that to my 91,880 push-ups brings me to 92,880 push-ups completed so far. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And just remember that Jesus loves you. Bye now.